Hello friends, this is Aubrey from Crybaby Salmon Homestead, and I think I need to finally pot up my Monstera. So I purchased a few cuttings of Monstera deliciosa off of somebody online a long time ago during the summertime, and I've had them rooting in water for a couple months, and it's time for me to pot them up. So I'm going to go by Value Village and see if I can get a nice size, cute pot. And see if I can do at least one of them today, and maybe this. I think I have two. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick shopping trip to Value Village and see if I can find a pot that would look cute for a Monstera. Let's go check it out. I also bought a moss pole off of that Temu site, and I'm going to use it, but I think in the future I would just make my own using maybe, a stick or something and putting some peat moss and just tying it with twine. I think that I do that in the future instead of buying the moss pole. It's also not super tall, but I'm going to go ahead and make do with what I have, and we'll see how it turns out. So I finally found some time to get over here to Value Village. I want to find a pot for my Monstera cuttings, and super excited about growing Monstera. I've actually grown it from seed before, but I was too generous and I gave away all my plants. Don't know why I didn't keep at least one for myself. But I do have like a Swiss cheese plant at home, which is really cute. But I'm going to go ahead and grow my Monstera deliciosa, which also has some edible properties where you can, the flower stalk apparently, the flower, when the fruit or whatever is edible when it's super, super ripe. If you try to eat it too early, it will have like a really corrosive effect on your mouth. So that sounds kind of dangerous, but it is technically partially edible. So I do like the idea of growing some plants in the home that have edible qualities. Like spider plants have like a tuber under the underground that technically is edible. House leeks or hens and chicks, they actually, so make sure you have the right kind, but house leeks actually are edible as well, or more like a famine food. Of course, you can use aloe vera for cuts and scrapes, and basket plant is also very good for arthritis and things like that. So there are some kind of Greyman. It's kind of like a Greyman crop, if you think of it that way, that the plants have uses beyond just like air purification in the home. So I'm going to look around in Value Village. I'm hoping that because of the time of year that a lot of the pots won't have been picked through too heavily, and we'll find something really good. In the spring and summer, it's a little bit harder to find good quality pots because gardening is so popular. Now I've been gardening even since it wasn't popular, but they'll get really picked through in the spring and summer. But maybe I'll be lucky. Let's go take a look around and see what we can find in Value Village. Let's go. What? I'm using an umbrella? People aren't even going to believe I'm from Washington State. Look at this guy. What a gray sky. I definitely want that. They're on sale. That's nice. That's nice size. So I went ahead and I mixed in some potting soil and some peat moss because I read that Monstera like it slightly acidic. And then I have one pot I'm going to reuse, and I added that soil in there and mixed it up. And I have this pot I got from Value Village for $4.49. I'm going to put some rocks in the bottom of both containers, and then I'm going to put my monsteras in there. I put a fair amount of rocks in both containers for drainage, and now I'm going to go ahead and put some of this soil in there. So got the sphagnum, peat moss. I use it very sparingly, so I'm not harming our resources. And I purchased 2 Monstera cuttings, I want to say like 3 months ago, and I've just had them sitting in water that whole time. And one of them was quite small, and now I can't even tell them apart because they're both nice and big. So I'm going to divide them, one in each container. I thought about putting them both into one really large planter, but I didn't find a huge planter. I've only found these like medium-sized containers, and I don't want to have them outgrow their space so quickly. I only got one of these moss poles from Temu because I wasn't sure how I'd like them, and I do kind of like this actually. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stake it first, and I'll get it situated first, and then I'll put the Monstera in after. So I pushed it down nice and good into the rocks, and I pushed down the soil around it so it's more sturdy. And I think I'm going to do the one with the larger root size for this container. I'm going to spread the roots out and start getting the soil around the roots. I want to make sure that they're nice and spread out so that they're in good contact with the soil. I've been putting off this project for a while because it's been raining like crazy. So I just waited for a break in the rain to get this done. And I don't want to plant the soil up too high up the stem. I want it to be the same level, like right here. And kind of push in the soil so it stays nice and sturdy and good contact with the roots. I kind of wish I had another one of these moss poles. I think I'm going to put in maybe a shorter bamboo, and then I can add maybe, I'm thinking later on in another video, or maybe I might not get it to a video, but I'm going to put burlap around a bamboo stake, and I think that will serve as a quick DIY kind of moss pole substitute. Okay. Hello. So I've got some of this plastic twine I'm going to be using to connect the Monstera so it kind of is more supported. I use one for this side, and I'm going to use another one, and I like that I can easily adjust this when this grows so it's not going to get girdled, and this will allow the plant to grow aerial roots, and that will allow me to propagate cuttings, which is something I'm looking forward to. So I'm going to get another piece for the side. So it is secured for that one. And I'm going to go ahead and work on the other one now. I couldn't find a size of bamboo I liked, so I went ahead and broke a piece in half, and that's what I'm going to use. And I also found a really old piece of the plastic twine. It still has some give to it, so that's good. So I really pressed this firmly into place, and now it's ready for the Monstera. I really spread out the roots so that it's in good contact with the soil. And now I'm going to go ahead and layer the soil on top of the roots, and I'm not going to cover the top of the plant. I'm going to go ahead and stop where I had the water level. So that is looking good to me. It's nice and firm here. I'm going to go ahead and secure this like so. And these Monsteras are going to have a home in my classroom so that they can grow nice and big, and then I can do cuttings for the kids. Won't that be cool? This piece right here, this is several years old and it still works. So I like how that is repurposed. And those containers are repurposed too, and can't waste this awesome water that it's been rooting in. That's wonderful. It's like a rooting soup. And I'm going to put this on the other one. But that looks good to go. This project's been months in the making. Just kept procrastinating because I didn't have the right size pot, and also because of the weather. So now it's good to go. I will do some video updates on how these do over time and how I like the Temu moss pole. Alright everybody, God bless you, and I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. God bless.